Okay, we had some red in the sunset tonight.
Did?
Yeah, we had some pretty colors. But before we go there, I want to show you the drone video from downtown Salt Lake City. Scott Taylor
drone show
caught this. You know, there was that watch party tonight.
Yep.
And so they did the drone show overhead. Kind of cool to see. I love that. We've got the lights and the drones on the move. Very, very cool. Scott, we appreciate you. Ooh, some hockey. Yeah, a lot of people getting excited because we know those Winter Olympics are going to head right back to Utah at some point. Great sunset coming from Nedra, from Salem. Really pretty shot here. We had some really good photos. Phoenix Hemsworth shared this one from Cedar City, where you catch a little bit of that cloud cover out there tonight. And as we look at the satellite radar, fairly quiet. We've got a southwesterly flow. The clouds have moved through. They were associated with that low over to our west. That's going to dig pretty far south. High pressure still influencing us greatly. That ridge, the center of it, moving to the southeast, but we still saw those above average temperatures as numbers soared today along the Wasatch Front and in southern Utah. Meg called this drama in the skies. Meg, you know that I'm here for the drama. Really, really pretty shot over the mountains, and our time-lapse video from Nelson Peak shows that we have some inversion haze with the movement of those clouds overhead with that southerly flow and that haze still holding on, that inversion layer. And as we head into tomorrow, we know the potential is there for us to continue to see that along the Wasatch Front, Cache Valley, Box Elder County. But by Sunday, we should start to see some mixing and ease on this. There's a pattern change ahead, and that's really going to change the game when it comes to wet weather. Cleaner air in eastern and southern Utah. Black Desert Sky Cam shows how we started with the clouds and then they moved north with the help of our southerly flow. Temperatures made it into the low 70s in Ivins today. It was another 70-degree day. 71 in St. George, 56 Salt Lake City. Average is 42. We just said, nope, we're not going to do average. No, not this February. 60 in Provo. We do see cooler air in the future here as we head into next week. But as we head into tonight, upper 30s expected for the overnight with partly cloudy skies. We'll bottom out in the mid 30s. Take a look at our high temperature trend. It makes you want to wax your skis because we start to drop off from that warmth and get closer to average temperatures as we get through next week. That's what happens in northern Utah. We also see a decline in southern Utah, but not quite as noticeable. They are running 10 to 15 degrees above seasonal norms. As we look at our Saturday setup, you're able to see that cold, wintry weather to the east. Okay, millions of Americans with dangerous cold alerts going into the weekend. Meanwhile, we have above normal temperatures in that area of low pressure pushing pretty far south. So still under the impact of the ridge, but that starts to break down as we see wet weather, and we start to see it peppered into the west, rolling into next week. This is precip potential by Tuesday, and it looks like there's a chance we could see some mountain snow and valley rain. There's that high pressure kind of moving out of here. You notice that low further south, cooler and unsettled conditions. Now, we've got a cold front that moves in Monday. It looks to stall and impact us through Tuesday. Another system from Central California slides in, and then we're watching the weekend. There's a chance for that as well. So a more active pattern. We get rid of the ridge and we switch things up a little bit here. So that high pressure kind of shows that moisture on the move from the Pacific Northwest. Here's our first trough. There's the cold front. It's going to move on in. Valley rain, mountain snow. This is Monday morning, but notice how that line, it's a bit accelerated. It looked like Monday evening. They've sped it up a little bit when it comes to the front's arrival, which actually decreased precipitation a tiny bit. Looks to stall in central Utah, retrograde into Tuesday morning, and that could allow for some snow in the mountains and a nice band of precipitation into northern Utah for Tuesday. And then lingering into Wednesday, we get another little hit here. Snowfall potential for the northern mountains. I like this. This is Monday through Wednesday next week. You see it become a little more widespread. Nice to see some model movement when it comes to snow. We are in a deficit and so ready for some high country powder and some rain in our valleys. If that's all we can get, we'll take it. 50s for tomorrow, upper 50s at that, 70 again in St. George with 50s and 60s on the eastern side of the state. We see those temperatures easing and the chance of some showers Tuesday into Wednesday morning. Wednesday looks clear in the south, and then Thursday, here's the Wasatch Front. Back-to-back days of possibly wet weather. Somebody pinch me. I feel like I had a birthday and it was my wish. We'll take anything we can get. Not a huge storm, but any precipitation into February is medal worthy.
It'll help.
It'll help.